Now here is a problem that confuses many: how to combine different rates to a single unit. All the years that I've been helping students with their maths, I find this is one of the most confusing problems. Some of them learn how to do it just through steps, and some of them actually understand what the steps are actually outlining for them. But today we're going to go through the steps. I'm going to give you the actual steps at the end, which you can write in your cheat sheet. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll know how to do this, because we're going to do a couple of them and we're all going to be using the same steps together. So here is the first problem. 2 hoses from 2 different taps are used to fill a family swimming pool. The first hose alone takes 120 hours to fill the pool. The second tap alone takes 80 hours to fill the pool. How long would it take to fill the pool if both hoses were used? Step 1. What is the question asking? Is it about time? Is it how long? How many hours? How many minutes? How many days? And I want you to get your highlighters. And the question's asking how long, and what are we talking about? Are we talking about hours? Are we talking about days? And if we read at the beginning of the question, the first hose alone takes 120 hours to fill one pool. So we're talking about hours. So I want you to start labelling, because we have 2 different hoses here. So let's start with hose 1. And on the other side, we'll write hose 2. We're also going to start labelling our ratio. Now what I want you to do is, we always have 2, 3, 4, we can have multiple parts to a ratio. In this case, we've got 2 hoses, so we're going to have a ratio with 2 parts. So hose 1 takes 120 hours to fill the pool. On the left side, I want you to write the number of pools. And on the right side of the ratio, I want you to write the number of hours. And we're going to do that for each. So just to remind you, the times, days, hours, minutes, always go onto the right side. Okay, so hose 1, it's 1 pool, and he will take 120 hours. Hose 2 takes 80 hours to fill the pool. So hose 2, it's 1 pool, and he takes 80 hours. So that was step 2, labelling your ratios. Step 3, make a fraction of each with the time as the denominator. Now that's what ratios are, they're fractions. So hose 1 as my hours as my denominator, so the 1 goes as your numerator and the 120 as my denominator. Hose 2, that fraction becomes 1 over 80. Now to combine them, we're going to add those fractions together. Now what you can do is find, first you have to convert them to have a common denominator, or you can go straight to your calculator and just do it that way. Okay? So in this case, I'm just going to do it by hand. The common denominator will be 240. So when we convert the fraction, we can now simply add them. So in this case, it'll be 5 over 240. Now, according to how we laid it up at the beginning, remember now, our new title is combined. We have a new fraction when they are combined. Number of pools was our numerator, so the number of pools is 5. And the denominator was our number of hours. But the question asks, how long does it take to fill the pool? So we're talking about one pool when both hoses are used. Well, we've combined the hoses, but we've ended up with 5 pools. So we have to convert that to one pool. How did we get the 5 to the 1? We divided it by 5. What we do on one side, we have to do to the other side. And that works out to be 48. Your final answer, it tells you the hours is 48 for one pool. Hours is 48 for one pool. So let's answer it in words now. It would take 48 hours to fill one pool. And that's it. Whether you have more than 3 events, it doesn't matter. We just add 3 fractions. Now I'm going to give you another one. And here we have 3 people. We have Bill, we have Sharon, and we have Wilbur. So Wilbur is one house. He takes 4 days. Sharon, one house. She will take 5 days. And Wilbur can paint one house in 6 days. So give it a go. Follow the steps, which I shall show you now. These are the steps you can write in your cheat sheet. So pause here, write the steps, and then attempt that second question. And we'll go over it for you in a tick. Okay, ready to begin? Step 1, what is the question asking? It's asking how many hours for one house. But at the moment, we're going to step 2, label each ratio with the time on the right part of the ratio. So let's start off with Bill. We're talking about houses. And we're talking about days this time. Then we have Sharon, houses to days, and then we have Wilbur. Let's spell Wilbur correctly. He will not be happy. Houses to days. Okay, so Bill, let's look at the question. Bill can paint one house in 4 days. So one house, 4 days. Sharon can paint a small house in 5 days. So Sharon can paint one house to 5 days. Wilbur can paint one house in 6 days. So 1 to 6. Remember putting the actual time, which in this case is days, on the right side of my ratio. Okay, let's make the fraction. The time is always your denominator. So in this case, it'll be 1 over 4, and we add them together, 1 over 5 plus 1 over 6. You can go straight to your calculator to calculate this if you wish, but I'm just going to convert it the old-fashioned way. We have to make the denominators the same before we can add them. And the answer here is 37 over 60. Okay, so what does that 37 over 60 mean? Well, that's our combined total. So combined houses and days. Your numerator is the number of houses, and your denominator is your number of days. But what does the question ask? The question wants to ask, Sharon, how long does it take to paint one house So at the moment we have 37 houses, so we have to simplify to one unit. And how do I do that? I will divide that by 37. What I do to that side, I do to this side. So I have a fraction of 67 over 37. Now all we need to do is to change that into a mixed number. So do your final answer. It would take 1 and 23 over 37 days to build one house. Great. So here's another one, very similar. We've got 3 people, we've got 3 different rates. I want you now to have a go by following the steps. And the final answer to this one, I'll give you the answer now, so it doesn't really matter. It came to 2 and 6 over 9, simplified. Simplify, please. So 2 and 2/3, and we're talking about days. So make sure we put it in the right time unit, days. See if you can come to that answer. Good luck.